Hello YouTubers, and welcome to a new video of Arepas for Dinner. For the ones who don't know me, my name is Andrea and I do videos about my life in the Czech Republic. And today's video is gonna be me reacting to a video that I recorded 3 years ago, or almost 3 years ago, when I just moved back to Prague. So for the ones who don't know me and haven't been following that much my channel, I used to live in Spain. I did there my bachelor's degree. And then I went back, I lived in US, I lived in Venezuela, and I came back to live in the Czech Republic 3 years ago. So I made this video called Everything I Miss About Europe or something like that. Things I Miss About Europe, I believe. And I'm gonna leave it at the end of this video if you wanna check out the full video for some reason. But the thing is, I haven't watched that video ever since I made it. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be reacting to that. I don't know if I feel the same about the things that I say in that video because I don't even remember what I said, so you're gonna see my real true reaction after 3 years of living in Europe. But first of all, I just wanna announce something super cool I'm so happy about, that this video is sponsored, and I'm so happy for this sponsorship for 2 reasons. One is because, well, sponsorship actually helps me doing more creative and better videos for you guys, because it helps me dedicate more time towards YouTube, which is very cool. And the second thing is I really like the company sponsoring me, that is Elvino.zz. So Elvino.zz is pretty much a startup company here in the Czech Republic where Petra and Daniel got together and decided to import pretty much the best wines from Spain. So they literally traveled to Spain, personally tasted all the wines, went to 2 big wineries, and they're importing that wine that you can actually not purchase from anywhere else besides them. And as well, the best part of the service is that it's 100% online. So it's so convenient. And they sell to individuals as well as to restaurants, and they deliver directly to your house. And if you're in Prague, they deliver the same day. I mean, how cool is that? And there's no minimum purchase, so you can buy 1 bottle or you can buy 20 bottles, it's up to you. And actually, because they're so cool, they're just trying to make available the best quality wines for like acceptable prices to the people of Czech Republic. So I'm very happy for that. For the ones, I'm very glad for that. I studied in Spain. That's where I became such a big fan of wine. I was drinking wine there all the time. I really became a winey, if you must. And I really still feel that Spanish wine is best wine. Don't hate me if you come from any other region that produces good wine. That for sure produces good wine, but I really love Spanish wine. So for the purpose of this sponsorship as well, they're doing a giveaway together with me. So you have to go to my Instagram as well, to their Instagram, and follow the instructions on the photo of the wine. You're gonna see it on my Instagram, and you're gonna have there all the instructions you have to do to participate to win some wine from them. You just have to be, I believe, inside of the Czech Republic to participate in this contest, in this giveaway. And also very important, before I forget, remember you have to be 18 years of age to claim the prize. Meaning, you can participate, but if you win, pretty much your mom, your dad have to pick up the wine for you. So be careful with that. You can't claim the prize unless you're 18 years of age. Thank you so much for the sponsor, and let's start with the video. Gosh, that intro was so cringy. I'm so happy I changed it. This episode, we are in the snow, but the video has nothing to do with snow. It's just that I'm on a snow trip. Today's episode is about the 13 things that I missed about Europe and I didn't realize. As many of you knew, I was living in Florida before coming and moving to the Czech Republic. I'm originally from Venezuela. My husband is from Czech Republic, so we decided to move here. We've both lived in Europe before, and we were living in US. I was living in US already for 3 years. So here's the list. Number 1, restaurant service. I was so fed up with American restaurants, American waiters, just asking you every 30 seconds, how are ya? Is everything nice? Is everything okay? Do you want something? I don't care. No. My name is, don't tell me, no, I don't care. Don't tell me your name. So I'm very happy to come here and nobody bothers you. You just ask for your wine, your bread, your whatever you're gonna eat, and they don't come until you call them again. Oh, okay. Wow, Andrea, that was some hating comments over there, right? Well, let me think. After living here for 3 years and being mistreated by every waiter out there, I have to admit that I do miss the American service. Not all the time, and I still think the same, that they come too often to the table to say, how's everyone doing and all that is supposed to be nice, but it's hard to keep a conversation with the friends with that. And I still don't miss at all that they used to bring the bill before you were finished eating. That was so weird. I never liked that. But I do miss how good they treat you. Everything was like with a smile on the face. It was just probably fake. My husband worked in restaurants and he said it's totally fake. But it doesn't matter if it's fake or not. It's like they do the effort and they actually kind of brighten your day. Well, here, everybody has to deal with customer care and customer service here, and it's not that good. So yeah, I said I was missing this type of like mistreating, and I'm not sure that's true anymore. I kind of miss the nicer American way a little bit.
Number 2, good bread. Oh my God, good bread. Like, I forgot how good bread tastes when I was living in US. I'm sorry guys, but the bread in US is sweet or acid. Is never just good. So in the Czech Republic, there's great bread, but now we are in France, in Les Cibeles, skiing, and the bread is even better because they have French baguettes, and I'm enjoying that so much.
Well, that's completely true. The thing is that American bread, sandwich bread is great, and you have so much variety of sandwich bread. But when you try to buy your normal loaf, that here is like $1, I don't even know, it's so cheap. They're so expensive, so hard to find. Everything is like sourdough. It was so hard to come by with like a normal good bread that I started even baking my own bread at home of how hard it was. So I think that's still true. Even though for the ones who follow me on Instagram, you know this already, that is, I am gluten-free now. Not because I want to, so I'm not eating nice bread anymore, which is very sad. Still, Europe has better bread than America.
Number 3, good eggs. Yes, I'm obsessed with eggs. I eat eggs every morning. It's absolutely obsession. In US, I was spending $7 for 12 eggs, meaning I was buying the most top of the brand eggs, trying to have the best type of eggs, and they were still not as good as the cheapest eggs I'm having here. Yeah, the egg yolk here is orange. That's good.
Yes, that's still a thing. Like, I got used to it, but to be honest, the egg quality here in the Czech Republic, I don't know in the entire Europe, but in the Czech Republic is amazing. Eggs are so good. They're much better. They were like the same quality as one brand that I used to buy in US called Happy Eggs. And Happy Eggs were $7 for 12 eggs. So way more expensive than here. I think I spent like 35 crowns for 10 eggs. That's like $1.50. And they're the best quality. I've only encountered like 1 or 2 brands of eggs that are bad, and they were in general more expensive than the better ones, which makes no sense, but that's the truth.
Number 4, walking. Walking, that's something you don't do in Florida. Maybe in New York, maybe in Chicago, not in Florida. I'm so happy to be walking again. I literally can tell already. My legs can tell the difference. Like, the muscles came back to life after being here for just like 2 weeks.
Okay, I was also a tourist still. I mean, I just moved to Czech Republic. I was literally walking so much. Now, I don't walk that much, and I moved as well, so I don't live in Prague city center, so I pretty much take the car a lot. I do walk more than in US, that's 100% for sure, but that thing that I was doing of like walking every day is over. I work from home, I go by car pretty much everywhere, so I still have to go to the gym if I want to keep my nice legs looking nice, so that's kind of like blurred out.
5, watching people or people watching. I realized since you don't walk in Florida that much, you don't have the experience of people watching. You just be in the metro or walking down the street and you just see people. You just see how they behave, what they do. And I don't know why, I love that. And I was missing it, and I didn't know I was missing it.
People watching is such a big thing in Europe, and I really liked it. And even now that I live in a house, the communities, like, people just walk a lot around. In Florida as well, I can't lie. When it's not like 90 degrees out, when it's normal temperatures, people do go out to walk so you can see them, but it's not the same as going to like the center of Prague. It's like living in New York, but without living in New York. You know what I mean? It's full of people. You see how people dress, how people talk, how people behave. It's just, you're always surrounded by people. In US, you were less. But at the same time, I moved to a suburb here because probably I was kind of tired of people watching and people watching Metro and all that. I was missing my personal space. So I was so excited for that at the beginning. And now, it's not that I'm not excited. I still like it. It's just I don't do it that often.
6. Nightlife. Nightlife in US, sometimes it can be fun, but it rather ends very early or is very expensive. Here, nightlife is great. It ends super late, is super inexpensive. Nightlife is amazing. Like, pretty much the best nightlife I ever seen.
It's true. That's so true. I haven't been going out that much anymore because I haven't been drinking anything besides wine for a little bit now. But I remember when we just moved, we were going out partying, clubbing, disco so often. And you even have afters. That is not like I went too often to afters, but you can go to the afters in Prague that they pretty much don't close ever. So the party doesn't even have to stop. Literally, the nightlife of here is comparable with, like, I don't even, like, I remember going to New York and they turning on the lights like at 2 a.m. I don't even remember if it was 2 or 3, but like so early. Here is like 5 a.m. and now is that you're coming back home. So that's still a thing. And if I would move back to US, that's something that I would miss so bad. I just got accustomed to it, but now I cannot imagine the party just being like hot. I remember in Orlando that we would go to Disney where like Universal Studios and all that was there, and they had this Disney downtown that had clubs and everything. I believe it was by 1 that they stopped the music. It was insane. Here, I'm not even sure what time they do because I literally always get tired before it's over. But yeah, nightlife in US was, it was not good. Or when it was good, it was very expensive. Like extremely, very crazy, like $600 per night. Easy.
7. Public transport. Yes, I had a car in Florida, as everyone, I guess, because it's very hard not to have a car in Florida. And I thought that was absolutely perfect until I met again public transportation. And yeah, I was missing public transportation. I was missing not caring where can I park the car or no, I just, get there and get out there. And Prague is one of the cities with the best public transportation in the world, or at least in Europe. So yeah, I was missing that a lot.
Liar, liar, liar. No, not liar, but I didn't have a license when I moved here and we didn't have a car. But literally we moved in December and by June we already had a car. Because I love public transportation. No, I don't. That's a lie. I just liked it. Well, I was at the beginning, I thought it was so cool. And then I just wanted my own car. Summer came, nothing had air conditioning. Winter comes, it's cold everywhere. You have to wait for the tram cold. I get it. It works. But for me, I think that in that video, I was kind of having this like wishful thinking that I was going to be this city girl who loved public transportation. And my car parking in front here, right here, I can even see it, proves me otherwise. No.
Number 8, intercultural environment. Europe is tiny. Europe is like, I think the entire Europe, without Russia, is like the size of US, something like that. It's very small. So it's very easy to be surrounded by people from other cultures and other countries and other languages. You take a bus and you're already in another country with another language and you make friends from that new culture. And that is something I was missing very, very much in US. Yes, it's a country made out of immigrants, but most of the people is second or third generation immigrants, so they already only speak English. Even the Latin American people that I knew, a lot of them only speak English, so you don't really feel you're surrounded by many cultures.
Well, this one is true and it's not true at the same time. Why? Well, first Corona happened, so now pretty much every country. Like, you cannot move around with the same freedom that we could before. So yeah, that changed for sure. I still love that I could go to Dresden, to Germany so easy because, well, everything's different there, the language, the food, everything. Even though the food is kind of the same, if you go to a supermarket, you realize they have things we don't have here. So it's just interesting and how fast and easy I am in different countries. In Italy, we just went there and it's just like 2-hour flight. That's very cool. But about the international community in here is like, I realized it was only important for me, the international community, because they spoke English and I don't speak Czech. So it was very hard for me to do certain things in Czech Republic. So having that international community helped me because of the language. But in US, I didn't have any language barrier. So the international community here is okay, but I still find myself surrounded by locals much more than by anybody in the international community. And I'm much more friends with, like, if the international community was way smaller, I wouldn't even tell that much the difference because pretty much all my friends are Czech. So, but that was interesting. At the moment, it was quite shocking. And yeah, it's true. In US, it feels like everybody's American. And in Miami, it feels like everybody's American and Latin American. And that's it. While here, you feel much more influence of many other cultures. But I guess I just normalized it already.
Number 9, the price of things. Okay, yes, in Europe, in some countries in Europe, the salaries are lower than in US. That's true. But also many things are just cheap. Like coming to a ski trip for 10 days with the ski passes, the bus and everything is $300. That's cheap even for Europeans. It's cheap. Then you have other things like dinner out. Like you go out to dine with your friends and drink a little bit and whatever, and it's $15 per person, which is cheap. And language classes. I just had some language classes and I believe they were $100 a full month. I don't think you can find that anywhere in US, and I literally didn't learn any new skill. Like I didn't learn how to cook or how to speak another language because everything was so expensive, and I didn't realize that I was missing this. I was missing, trying to learn something and being so cheap to learn it.
That's so cool. That's so cute. That's so wishful thinking. I didn't learn anything besides, like, I haven't learned any new skill since I'm here. That's the truth. The thing is that I already made a video comparing Florida versus Prague, prices, salaries, everything. Salaries in Czech Republic are way lower than in Florida. Like, I think 1/5 of a Florida salary. Like, the average person here makes like 1,200 after taxes. The average person in Miami, I think, is like 4,000. So yeah, it's big difference. And yes, you have a lot of things that are cheaper here that I just really grew accustomed to that is eating out, drinking out, and entertainment. So all those like ski trips or like going to a theater, so going to movies, like entertainment is cheaper here, but you make way less money. So the bridge is not that big. Like you make 4 times less money, but it's not 4 times cheaper. Only I think like food and drinks, they're the only things that are like 4 times cheaper for sure. But then you have things that are double or triple price, like water or gas or electricity, or those things that, as well as all the electronics, are more expensive. The food is more expensive in the supermarket. Many of the things that I said just like wash down the moment you start having Czech salaries.
Number 10, and this one is so weird, but it's so true. Cold. I was missing cold weather. Like, yeah, I don't want all year to be cold, and I don't want 9 months of snow. Nobody wants that. But Florida can be a little bit too much with the hot. Like, at the end, you are just inside all the time with your AC or in the beach. Like, it's not like you're gonna just walk around the city. This is not gonna happen. And now I'm enjoying the cold so much.
I say or in the beach like if it was a problem. Am I retarded? What's wrong with me? Being in the beach was amazing. But yeah, it is true. I like cold weather. I love cold weather. I love sweater weather. I love skiing. I love snow. And I didn't have any of that in Florida. I mean, the coldest it got was like 72 Fahrenheit because of my AC. No, I'm kidding. In Orlando, it gets quite cold. And in Gainesville, it gets quite cold. But we were living in West Palm and in Miami. That's pretty low. So even in the coldest days, it gets like 20 degrees. 18 in a very crazy cold storm. So yeah, I learned that I really like the seasons. It helps me like break moments. I don't understand why I like it, because in Venezuela we didn't have that, obviously. It's like it breaks the year into different moments for different activities and different things to do. Which is weird because people here in Czech Republic, majority of people in Czech Republic hate winter. Let me know if you hate winter too. And I don't really understand why, because it's like, okay, in summer we do so many like water activities and all that, but then when winter comes, you have so many other cool things to do. Like you are more inside, you cook more, you have these more like cute cozy family time that in summer you don't have. I don't know. I really like the seasons. And yeah, this is 100% true still after 3 years.
Number 11, and this one is big because since I come from Caracas, we have there a huge mountain called Avila. It's beautiful. And in Florida, there's not much landscape unless you are in the beach or in the Everglades. So now that I'm back in Europe, well, I can show you a little bit where I am. I'll put some photos of where I am. Yeah, landscape, that's something I was missing a lot. The beautiful environment of the mountains. And Pedro.
Andrea, please. You were in France, in Les Cibeles, skiing. That's not the same as living in Prague. There's no landscape here, neither. I mean, you have Petrin and you have, but the Avila mountain of Caracas, nobody's gonna give me that here. It doesn't exist. The jungle, it doesn't, you have the forest, that's beautiful. And when you go skiing, it's beautiful. But also in Florida, you had the beach that was beautiful, and you had the Everglades, which were pretty amazing as well. So you had to move to go see them, and the same happens in Prague. I thought that living in Prague, I was somehow gonna get El Avila of Caracas to have the best view from my house. No, that didn't happen. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this. Idiot girl.
Number 12, historic places. Yes, I was missing that. I was missing that very much because I love history. I love castles. I love understanding where we come from and where are we going. And you don't get a lot of that in Florida specifically. Maybe in New York, maybe in Pennsylvania, but not in Florida. Here, every small town has a history. You know, every small house might be 300 years old, and that for me is just amazing, and I was missing that so much.
Okay, true and not true. The thing is that historical places surround us, and sometimes I have to like remind myself where I am because I don't see it, and I just normalize it when it's actually absolutely amazing. But at the same time, when you live in Prague, you discover there's many places that are not as pretty and historical. You can have good history and bad history. And at the same time, I said there something very important, that is, I like to see where we come from and where we're going. And that's something you don't see often in Europe, where we're going. The thing is that nowadays you see pretty much a lot of cities in Latin America, a lot of cities in Asia, a lot of cities in America, and you can see the future. Well, in Europe, you do have certain cities like London that, you know, they don't care and they just build what they want to build. They want to build towards the future. And then you have cities like Prague that are so preserved by UNESCO that they don't even have like high buildings, which is fine. But once you live here and you don't come here for vacation, you start craving the opposite. You start craving future and what's coming next. Is like you have a real estate crisis, and anyway they don't let you build buildings with more than 50 meters tall. You know, it's like, yes, I was missing a lot the historical places, and I do enjoy those so much, but I am missing now so much what is like futuristic. What's the future construction, huge buildings. And I know a lot of people are gonna watch this and they're gonna like kick me with this and say, you are an idiot, Prague is so beautiful, it should stay like that. But you know, Prague is not Disney World. It's a place where real people live, and I understand preserving the center and preserving these historical places is important, but honestly, preserving like the Panelak area of Estodulki is like, it's like, just build big, tall, cool buildings there, but they don't even approve them, and UNESCO just threatened us to like take us out of the UNESCO book if we approve any of that. So yeah, that's the thing. I feel now like a complainant. Before I used to be so much positive, but you know, it's reality versus like wishful thinking, I guess.
And final one, but you know, one of the most important ones for me, since I'm a foodie, is street food. Oh God, it's so good here. It's so good. I mean, in Florida, you don't have much street food. You just have food trucks, which, you know, are very complicated dishes at the end. And in New York, I'm always very disappointed with the street food in New York. But here, everything. You have langosh, you have these like weird hot dogs, you have just like sausages, you have street food goulash. I don't know. Kebabs. I was missing kebabs so bad.
Okay, the truth about that and the not truth about that. First, they eliminated my favorite street food spot that was, I think it was Mustek, I'm not sure. I don't know. They used to say sell sausages there and they eliminate them. So that's it. No more street food. No, I'm kidding. Now you do have street food here, but mostly during like events, like you have the Christmas markets or the spring markets or things like that. Still the best street food that I've ever had. Yes, still the best street food that I ever had. It's amazing. Are you kidding me? It's sensational. Kebabs. I don't have them as often. I remember when I was living in Spain, I was having kebabs like once a week. Now I have them maybe once every month and a half or 2 months. But you know, it's nice to have the option. But at the same time, I've seen how much the food truck thing have grown here. I've seen so many companies that just when they do the fair, they come with a food truck, and I really appreciate that. So now you're having kind of a mix in between the traditional Czech and Slovak and Hungarian street food mixed with like more modern ways of street food, like food trucks. So I'm very happy about that. So that is a real true. Like I'm still so blessed and so happy about the street food here, even though I don't have it as often. But now that it starts to get cold, I start to get it more often, because when it's very cold and I go to the city center and I smell sausages, I buy them. So well, that was it, guys. So I guess those are the differences that I've seen in between me 3 years ago and me now after living in Europe for 3 years. First impressions of the things I miss and the things that I'm really still very happy to have. So I'm very glad you stay until the end. Remember to go to my Instagram to go into that giveaway contest for the wine bottle of El Vino Ceset. Thank you so much, guys, for sponsoring this video. I'm so blessed, and thank you as well for one bottle of wine that they gift me, which is very, very cool. I'm gonna drink it with my husband tonight or maybe tomorrow night. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to give this video a big thumbs up, as well as follow me on social media. Go check that contest and stay tuned for next video that is probably coming on Tuesday. And that was it. I've been talking so much, my head hurts. Crazy. Have a great day. Bye.